So with this workshop overview, we had two parts. So part one is about doing business in China, and about Lindy Chen, my managing director, and also who we are and what we do, and also the top 5 ways to make money by importing from China, and the 5 costly mistakes when dealing with China. And part 2 will be more about quality control. So it'll be about research and tender, sampling and purchase order stage, and production and delivery management. So that's how we look after our client's project by using the system that we have. And then we have audience question and answer time. And then we shall finish at 11:30 Brisbane time today. So now let me come to the disclaimer here. And by the way, as you can see the sign in front of you, that's a warning sign. So as you can see here, when you go to China and then you see a sign there, and then it says that sleep carefully. Yeah, so it's completely opposite to what it tries to speak to you. So that's one of the the difficulties that you may come across, which is language barrier and then the cultural differences. Because in this warning sign here, it should be careful of the slippery road. But for the Chinese supplier, when it comes to communication, they tell you to sleep carefully, because they translate the Chinese word by word. So that's why they have this kind of translation over there. So now let me come to the disclaimer. So this presentation has been prepared without taking account of your objectives, financial situation, or needs. For this reason, you should before acting on the information in this report. Paul, my apologies, because my software is telling me that the internet may be a bit slow, so I will close my webcam for now. And then if you lose my audio, please you let me know, okay, so I can stop and do something. Okay,
yeah, that's fine.
Now let me continue. So now where were we? So so for this reason, you should, before acting on the information in this report, consider the appropriateness of the information having regard to your objectives, financial situation, and needs, and if necessary, seek appropriate professional advice. So say for example, Paul, if you have any maybe like any situation that you feel like you can't go any further anymore, you can have a one-on-one consultation time with my managing director, Lindy Chen, and she can give you some advice and to tell you how to improve the situation. So we definitely can tailor the information for you in the one-on-one consultation time. So now let me come to who we are first. So as you can see, this is our team. So this is our ChinaDirect team. Our headquarters is in Brisbane, and our operation team will be in China. So we are Australia's leading sourcing firm, and we make it possible for companies of all sizes to buy direct from factories in China. So most of the time we help our clients connect with the manufacturers. However, if sometimes their minimum order quantities if the quantities they want is a bit low, then we may help them buy from wholesaler, or trading companies. Now let me come to what we do. So how we work is that we are not importers, so we don't buy, we don't sell. However, we are our clients' sourcing project managers. So which means we work for our clients, and then we are speaking on behalf of our clients. So pretty much we deal with the supplier and then deliver all the information to them. If the supplier tells our client, $5 per t-shirt, then we tell our clients $5. We don't tell them $7 for that. So everything will be transparent between our client and the suppliers. And then we are independent and transparent as well. Because we are more a consultancy firm, so we just need to find out what kind of services our clients need, and then we give them a service for that, and then we also have service fee for our services. So that's how we work. So now let me come to the products that we have done before. So we have done buttons to bulldozers, and we have been in the industry for the past 11 years, and then more than 800 products, and yeah, lots of items that you can imagine, like machinery, building materials, furniture, and even underwears, custom products. We all have covered that before. And then these are our profiles. So that's Lindy, and she has been, speaking in different places and meet lots of politicians as well. And also the clients we have. Most of our clients are small business owners. Like some of them can be full-time workers or stay-home mother, and then they come to us, and then they wanna import from China, and they want to start a small business, and then they come to us. However, some of them can be very big as well, like mini movers, Apollo Motorhome, or even some like government come to us, or we even have people who import steels for highway, even like Coffee Mellow, these are all kind of household names there that people know. But the majority of our clients are all small business owners, or people who have a factory in Australia and they would like to outsource their product. We also help them as well. And these are the places that Lindy has been speaking at before. And she also run lots of cultural training in different business organizations. And this is the award that we have achieved in the past 11 years. So yeah, and then some of them are in video format, and you can see them in our website. And that's the media mentions on us, how we do quality control, and how we do importing. We are a bit different in our industry because we are transparent, and we don't have any commission from the supplier. And yeah, so people come and interview Lindy, how she is successful. And then it's the magazine about us. People come and interview her, and this is Lindy, and she's the cover girl. And then there's the book writing about her story, how she's first started the importing from China. Now let me come here. So 2012 is an important year for us because we have successfully achieved our clients more than $5 million. So that's the main objective by importing from China. So which means is we help our clients to have savings by importing. And now let's look at a little bit of our history. So in 1989, so that's a while back ago already, Lindy was still in China at that time. And she was a uni student, and then she was partying very, very hard. And as you can see her photo over there, her funky hairstyle. So that's when she was at uni. And then now let me come to how she come to Australia. So in 2005, I think when she was about in her early 30s, she came to Australia because of her ex-boyfriend at that time. However, after the migration, she ended the relationship because her ex-boyfriend had an affair. So they broke up. Yeah. So in 2005, two things changed her life. So so she ended her relationship with her 7-year ex-boyfriend at that time, and then she was very heartbroken, and then and she tried to find jobs, and then but it's very difficult for her because she was a migrant. And then 7 months after the breakup, people began to notice her because she's very good at business negotiation and very good at sourcing as well. So that's how we first started. So in 2005, we we are established. So Lindy started the company, and that's how we first formed about 11 years ago. So as you can see, this graph, in the first 5 years, we have been going from strength to strength, and we had lots of client referral, and then our profit turnover has been increased as well, and Lindy began to hire people to work for her. And then so now let me come to the importing thing. So, importing from China is about making the impossible possible. So, Paul, as you can see here, like this, high-rise building, as you can see the residential building there. Now, let me do some translation here for you. So here it says that this 15-story high-rise building is built within 6 days. And then here it says that this is not a joke. Yeah, so which means, in China, when they have a right system, they can just make things happen like that. Yeah. And by the way, this is a news report. If you go to YouTube, I think you definitely can find the news video about this building. Yeah, so anything is possible in China when you have the right system. So you just need to know their way of doing things, so you will know how to handle the supplier when the situation happens. So, importing from China is about, like making money and having savings. And in the meantime, you have quality as well. And let's look at the different ways that you can explore importing from China. So as you can see here, this is our client, and then she's in fashion industry. So if you Google calf tent, then you should be able to find their website and their product range there. So with their product, they just want to have a calf tent, ladies can wear when they go to salon and get tan. So because they just think that there's nothing beautiful there, so that's how they created this garment for people to wear in salon. And it's the two daughters of our client, Jade and Amber, and they are also study fashion as well, which is very helpful to her mother's business. So they stumble across a niche market, and their background is in fashion and art, and they become a key player in their mother's business. So as you can see here, they have lots of distributors in Australia and New Zealand. So if you go to some of the salons, then you may see their products there. So here in Melbourne, they have about 17 salons. In Brisbane, 27. In Sydney, they have 42, and that's their products, and then their store, as you can see. And because with their products, it's a custom product, because all the garments that you see on their website are designed by them. So therefore, they need to buy in bulk. Yeah, so which means, say for example, per color, per style, they may need to buy about 300 units, yeah, per color, per style. But if they have four styles, then they may need to buy around more than 1,000 units. Yeah, so that's the people who need to buy from manufacturer. So which means they need to buy in bulk, and then they need to have everything custom made in the factory. If you are unable to buy in bulk, then it may not be able for you to buy from the manufacturer, because because the manufacturer is very focusing on the volume. If you can't reach the volume, then sometimes they may not work with you. However, the good news is that their minimum order quantities can be negotiable. Yeah, so you definitely can have a go and try to maybe negotiate maybe 250 and see whether they are happy with that. So that's definitely something you can do. And this is the website. This is the magazine, about their business as well, because they are quite successful as well. So I think within 6 months, they have 4 orders, and I think their first order it's about 500 units, and then second order about 1,000 units, and then third order 3,000 units, and then fourth order about 10,000 units. So they took very quickly, and then and then people also interview them as well and put them in the magazine. And then that's another of our clients. And again, she has a custom product. So as long as you have a custom product or a custom drawing, then you need to go to manufacturer, because a wholesaler or a trading company, they may not be able to help you with that. But with the manufacturer, they can definitely custom make the product for you. Sometimes it really depends on what kind of category you are from. We have people who are in steel industry or aluminum industry or plastic industry, then you need to open a tooling. So and then you need to pay for the tooling as well most of the time. And then it's the information that you may need to find out from the supplier and see, how much they charge you for the tooling in order to custom make your product. So now let me come to this client. So this is, our client's photo there, and it's her idea. So her idea is handbag. So she was a lawyer before she gave birth to her son, and after she gave birth, she was looking for a handbag for children's nappies. Yeah. However, she was unable to find a suitable one, so she created the handbag herself. Yeah, so that's her design over there. And then after that, she turned her business into children's business. Yeah, children's fashion. So as you can see, that's Judy Lee. So that's her logo, and then this is the sketches that she had at that time. Normally, we recommend that if you have a custom product, then you need to have a very detailed drawing. Yeah, this is very, very important, because if you don't have detailed drawing, then the supplier cannot make the product for you. Yeah. And as you can see, her drawing is quite detailed. Yeah, at least it's detailed enough for the supplier to produce a sample. However, most of the clients that we have, they may not be good at drawing, so we normally recommend that they may hire a graphic designer, yeah, to do a professional drawing for them, or they can have a prototype or a sample here made in Australia, and then they can send the sample to supplier, so the supplier can copy this way. Otherwise, it's impossible for the supplier to give you a pricing, based on your images. If you only have a product photo, it's not enough. You need to have detailed drawing of the product so that they can custom make the product for you. So as you can see here, this is all the handbags that she has designed, and all the length, dimension she put there on the product. Yeah, you can remember the sketches now. Later on, you will see the finished product. And this is her brand, Judelia Kit, and then it's the handbag for children, and this one as well. So these are all finished product after mass production. Again, she has to buy in bulk because all the product is her own design, and this is the finished product. So just now, like a few slides ago, we saw the sketches, and this is the reality. Yeah, so it's quite cute there. And then it's the handbag for the boys, and then that's for the boys as well. So that's for her, yeah. So so as you can see here, with our first 1 or 2 clients, they all have their own design. So which means they have to go to manufacturer, and then they do need to buy in bulk. However, with some of our clients, they cannot buy in bulk because they can't afford to buy 300 pairs per color per style for the shoes. They may need to go to the wholesaler to get all their product range. So as you can see, one of our example here. So with these clients, he imports all the furniture, all the building materials for his restaurant and for his nightclub as well. Yeah. So so if you are in Queensland, you may hear of this restaurant called East 88 in the Gold Coast. So it's a nightclub, but it's also a restaurant as well. So so the owner came to us, and then and then he wants to buy all the interior decoration, for the restaurant. So we took him to the wholesale market in China, and then in total he purchased about 3 container load of decoration. Yeah, and now let me come to the photos here. So as you can see here, all the lighting, all the tables, furniture, all the glass, even the register, fridges, or the bar that you see there, curtain, or the stages, signage, you name it, everything you see there, we are able to help them buy from China and put everything into the container loads for our clients, and all the statue as well, or the all the decoration. So pretty much you put everything into the 3 container load, and then and then after that she just put them in a restaurant. The savings for him is quite high because he's in furniture and also building material industry, so the savings can be quite good. Say for example, if his order value is $100,000 local price, if you can achieve about 50%, which can be quite likely, then he can easily have $50,000 saving there by doing this exercise. And then all the chairs you see, all the statue, we help him get in China. And these are all their what the restaurant look like on the Gold Coast. And this is another of our clients as well, and they are in WA. So if you are in WA, you may hear of this 5-star hotel called Cable Beach Hotel in Bloom. So and their procurement manager came to us, and they would like to update their 170 bedrooms. So it's a very big project. And then can you imagine 170 bedrooms? They may have like more than 100 different items that they want to purchase. So so therefore we take them to the wholesale market to buy from all the wholesalers, and because there are also many manufacturers in wholesale market as well, so they can also custom make their sizes for them. So in total they purchase about 8 container load of all the decoration, and then they also go to China like a few times as well, and then their savings is even greater, about $800,000. And then it's kind of a big project for us and for them as well. But overall, it's quite good. Pretty much they successfully upgraded the whole resort, and then it's a very successful project. However, you don't need to be a owner of a hotel or a restaurant to do the buying trip. We even have people who have a motel and she only want to have 100 chairs. We also take her to China as well. We even have people who have their own house and they want to do renovation. We also take them to China, to the wholesale market. And even people who have a beach house in Sunshine Coast, we also buy all the furniture for them in the wholesale market. So it doesn't need to be a proper business. Even for your own house, you can also consider going to China to get all the furniture or building materials there. And this is another of our clients, and she wants to have the mass production done in China, and so she's quite successful as well when she first started. So this is her design. So this is women's wallet. So her idea was very straightforward. So first wallet can be grocery. First pocket can be grocery, and second pocket may be tuition. Third pocket may be rental. Fourth pocket may be gas bill or electricity bill. So that's for mothers to do budgeting. So it's a very simple idea. And then she had a prototype made here in Australia, and she spent about $110. And then after that she came to us, and we had mass production down there in China. So in the first 3 months after she gets the product, she comes back to us. And that's when we found out that she sold out everything, and then she was able to sell about $69.99 online. And then we know how much she make, because we know the landed price, and then her total income at that time was about $150K in the first 3 months. So it's very successful, and we were very amazed as well. So we help her contact Today Tonight and also Money Magazine, and people come and interview her. So as you can see, that's her face there, and then people give her a title called personal budget organizer. So that's her story there. And then so if you have a dream about certain product, and if you have passion with certain industry, and if you have a special way to promote the selling and marketing, then there's a great opportunity in China for you to create wealth. So now let me come to the top 5 costly mistakes you should never make when doing business in China. So mistake number 1, choosing the wrong partner to manage your sourcing and importing project, or trying to import without professional assistance. Yeah, we do have many people come to us after they receive rubbish from the supplier, or after they open the container and then that's not the right product, or we even have people come to us after they pay the money to the supplier and then the supplier disappear. So, but like by the time when they come to us, there's only so much we can do. So normally we recommend that you need to start quality control from the beginning, yeah, and minimize as much risk as you can. And therefore you may need to have some professional assistance, like you can use our services, or maybe get some of our importing resources like ebook or paper book or DVDs that you can learn how to do quality control, and even our importing course. And also choosing the wrong partner as well. Like some people even tell us they thought that if they know of someone who speaks Chinese, then they can help them. However, that's not what we recommend as well, because there's lots of, technical terms, and there's lots of, like quality control that people need to learn. Even if they speak Chinese, it doesn't mean that they know how to do negotiation or they know how to arrange payment and so forth. So yeah, so we highly recommend that you need to have some maybe informative resources, or someone like an agent, who may help you and make the process a lot easier. And after that, if you want to take over, then yeah, it will be easier for you as well. And then mistake number 2, underestimating the importance of culture in doing business in China. So, this is one of the major issue that most of our clients are facing. And that's why most of them come to us as well. So, say for example, like some of our clients, they may go to China and visit their suppliers, and then their supplier may invite them for dinner. And then during dinner, the supplier may ask them some personal questions, like do you have children? Are you married? What do you do? How many pieces you have? Even ask you, like, do you live a big house? This kind of thing. But for Westerners, they think, wow, this is a bit private. However, for them, for Chinese culture, that's kind of their culture, yeah, because they would like to know you as a person first, yeah, and then to connect the relationship. Yeah, and then so you don't need to be surprised when they ask you this kind of question, because it's kind of their culture, yeah. And then don't feel surprised when you see the supplier getting drunk in front of you as well, because in their culture they like to get drunk. So if you see your supplier get drunk in front of you, don't be surprised, yeah, because they think that it's polite, to even drunk before you, get drunk before you. And if you are a guy, they normally get you drunk too. But you don't need to be, if you think you don't want to get drunk, or if you think that, oh no, I don't want to drink alcohol, then you can tell them beforehand. They will respect you for that. Yeah, it's okay. And if you are a lady, then definitely it will be all right. They will definitely not get you drunk. Yeah, but just so that you know that it's their culture. We have one customer here. We took him to China, and our translator go with him, and then our client was drunk, after all the dinners, and then our trade assistant needs to drag him back to the hotel, yeah, all the way through. So yeah, we do have people who has some very special experience there. And also, we recommend that when you go to China and visit your supplier, feel free to bring a small gift to them. Like you can bring something that can represent Australia, like maybe hand cream or whatever chocolate, they can represent Australia, or macadamia nuts, this kind of thing. So people, it will make your trade assistance day a lot different, and your supplier will even be happier because you give them small gift. So that's one of the culture as well that you can bear in mind. regarding negotiation as well, with the Chinese supplier, they they don't like to confront people. So yeah, when the supplier they say yes to you all the time, don't be too happy about it, because it's their culture. They don't want to say no straight away, because they don't want to hurt the relationship. So they think that it may be rude, so they may say yes to you all the time, and at the end you find out that yeah, maybe they may not do what you are asking. So feel free to ask them some close questions in order to find out whether their yes really means yes. So that's some of the cultural thing there. So now let me come to the next slide. Choosing the wrong supplier by just selecting a supplier from Alibaba without a system backup. So I believe like Paul, you may hear of Alibaba, and lots of people know of Alibaba as well. However, you can come across very, very good suppliers there. You can also come across very, very shonky suppliers there. We even have one customer. I think she find a supplier on one of the sourcing websites, and after we took over, within 30 minutes, we noticed that they were a scammer. Yeah. So therefore, you do need to know, okay, how to do a background check, and how to have some backup plan as well. And then how to check the supplier so that you can avoid matching with the wrong supplier. So it's very important that you do need to do background check, know their fair price before you decide which one to work with. Normally for us, we normally take about 4 weeks, to find suppliers for our clients, because there are too many suppliers out there. To find the right match, it does take time for us to see which one is suitable for our clients. But if you would like to do sourcing yourself, we normally recommend you can maybe speak to 10 suppliers first before you decide which one to choose. And this is mistake number 4, allowing the supplier to manage you instead of you managing the supplier. So lots of the time, a supplier can manage you by having price increases. So so they can just manage you because they may know that you don't have other supply anyway, and they may know that you don't have time to look for other supply because you need the stock urgently. So they can easily have the price increases, and it's very common for our clients to come across as well. And then they can just kind of manage you this way. But it's something that we highly recommend that you avoid. Rather than having one supplier, we always tell our clients you need to have number 2 and number 3 you can always go to, just in case that your number 1 supplier may not be cooperative with you when you reorder, or maybe they cannot meet your timeline when you reorder as well. So so that's the backup plan we always tell our clients. And you also need to know what their competitor charges you as well. If they charges you, if your supplier charge you $5, and then your competitor may charge you $4.80, and then if this time when you wanna reorder, they wanna increase the unit price, then you can negotiate with them and tell them if they don't cooperate, then you can go to the supplier with a lot better price. So so that's one of the negotiation that you can have as well with your supplier if they have price increases. And also mistake number 5, quality control. Like importing from China is very, very different to buying a product from Australia or in Australia, because in Australia you expect that the product will arrive every time the same. However, when you talk about importing, even though you are with your supplier for maybe 3 orders, when you reorder next time, it may be very different if you don't do quality control. So you always need to do quality control, always need to monitor production. Even if you think they already know your product, you still need to monitor production. Otherwise, you may be very surprised when you open the container. Okay, so now let us come to the ChinaDirect 8 golden rules here. So we have come up with some rules for you, and we hope that you find them useful. So rule number 1, anything is possible in China. As long as you have detailed information, as long as you know what you are after, then anything is possible in China. sometimes if our client doesn't know what they want to import, or they doesn't even know the specification, then the supplier will not know either. And also, you don't expect that the supplier will develop the product together with you, because normally it's not very likely, yeah, unless you are a very, very, very big company who has lots of resources behind you, then they may be willing to develop a product with you. But most of the time, they don't have the energy to develop the product. So we normally tell our clients, you need to develop your own product first before you come to your supplier. So therefore, anything is possible in China as long as you know what you are after. And then rule number 2, nothing is simple. Say for example, if you want to import a pencil, yeah, you can't just tell the supplier, I want to have this pencil. You need to tell them all the detailed information, such as what's the material, what's the color, what's the printing dimension, what's the length. And then, yeah, once they have all the information, then the supplier will tell you whether they can produce the product or not. Otherwise, you just need to buy from what they have. If you buy from what they have, then you don't need to go through all the details with them. But if you have a custom product, then nothing is simple. You need to get all the details with them before they can produce a prototype for you. And rule number 3, patience and relationships are key to success. Again, this is culture as well. Relationships are everything to Chinese supplier. So if you think that your Chinese supplier is very good, and then they can work with you, and then they are very keen to get your business as well, and they have the product you are after, try to maintain the relationship, because finding the right supplier is already not easy. So if you think, okay, they are legitimate supplier, they are good supplier, you can try to maintain the relationship. So in the long term, it will be good for you and easier for you as well when you reorder. And patience is very important. Lots of the time, especially when you are in a sampling stage, patience is very, very important. Because sometimes the supplier may not get everything that you wanted on the first sample, so they may need to send you second, third sample until you finalize all the details. And by the time when you get a sample, it may be seven months later already. So patience will be very, very important, when you deal with the supplier in the beginning. And the answer yes usually means maybe, and maybe means no, and no means keep trying. Again, it's culture. So when they say yes, don't trust them, straight away. Ask them some close questions and to see whether they really mean it. Yeah. And then because with their culture, they just don't like to be that upfront. But with the Western culture, they like to be upfront. So that's a little bit different there. And then, so just, keep asking them more detailed questions, and even ask them to provide evidence, if they say yes. And then after that, you can see, okay, they can redo what you want to do. And then gradually you can give them your order. And then rules are subject to interpretation. We highly recommend that you may need to have a contract and have all the rules there. And also because in Chinese culture, you need to interpret the rules according to the context at that time. It's not black and white, that's straight away, but you need to explain the rules, and then given the context. If when you reorder, if your context is very different, then the rules may be interpreted differently as well. Again, it's kind of Chinese culture, so that's something you need to ask again and confirm again when you reorder, and to see whether the second order will apply. Say for example, on the first order, they may give you some accessory. On the first order, they may give you some accessories, but it doesn't mean that on the second order they will give that to you. So you need to ask them again, hey, this time can you give this accessory to me as well, and see how they say about it. And then rule number 6, a contract is an agreement of understanding. So some people may say that, oh, I don't want to hurt the relationship, so I don't want to have the contract. But that's something that we don't recommend at all, because lots of the time your order value can be very high. So you definitely need to be protected legally. and also once you sign a contract, the supplier is more likely to treat your order with more attention as well, because they sign a legal document with you. So this is a purchase order that you may look at. And if you would like to get our template, purchase order template, you can buy that on our website. And also, when you are optimistic, think about rule number 2. Nothing is simple. And then when you are discouraged, think about rule number 1. Anything is possible in China. Yeah. So I hope that you find these rules helpful to you. And as you continue your importing project, I think these rules will begin to make sense to you. So now let me come to the negotiation skills here. So, when you do importing from China, one of the situation you are going to come across is price increases. Yeah. So let's do some exercise here. Say, for example, your t-shirt is $5, and then this time you would like to reorder, and then you may want to have 10,000 units. And then, so you expect that you only need to pay $50,000. However, this time, your supplier tells you, oh, sorry, Mr. William, because of raw material increase, like there will be 30% extra. So this time they will ask you to pay $6.50. So which means it will be $65,000. And then, so which means this time you need to pay $50,000 extra. So before we come to one of the solutions, do you have any feedback or answer that you may think of to speak to the supplier? Feel free to speak, feel free to write before we come to some of the solutions there. How does the sourcing agent get paid, and how much does it cost? Oh, okay, sure. Okay, Paul, thank you so much for asking the questions, about our service fees. I will get to that very, very soon. Yeah. At the end of the presentation, I will explain to you about our services and service fee, because with ChinaDirect sourcing, our service fee will depend on what kind of services you want. Yeah, and then we give you a price for that. Yeah, and then also depending on the complexity of the project as well. But definitely I will discuss that with you soon, and then I may book a meeting with you after the webinar, so we can find out your situation and find out the best service for you. Okay, now let me come to the negotiation skills here. So, say for example, the supplier tells you, okay, the raw material increase, and then it says 30%. However, it doesn't mean that the whole product is made of raw material, right? So you can ask the supplier for price breakup. So they may tell you, okay, polyester maybe 20% of this $5 t-shirt, and then recycled cotton 7%, and then other materials 3%, and then labor 45%, overhead 13%, and profit 12%. So as you can see here, with raw materials, it's only 30% of the t-shirt, of the $5 t-shirt. So if they tell you, okay, because of raw material increase and 30% increase, then they want to charge you more. So they should only charge you, 30% of the 30%. Yeah, because only 30% of the t-shirt is made of raw material. So if their reason for you for the price increase is raw material, then it should only be 30% by 30%. So it should only be 9%. Yeah. So the overall increase should only be $5.45. And then you can even tell the supplier, how about, you bear the 60% of the increase, and then they bear the 40% of the increase, and see how they say. And then, so overall, you don't really need to pay $65,000. You only need to pay $54,000. And then, can you look at the savings that you have? With regard to negotiation, there's no right and wrong. As long as your solution works, then it's the best way for you. So price breakup is one of the solutions. However, we also have different approaches as well. Say for example, like fair price, you know what their competitor charges you, and then there's one of them you can find out. And also, in the contract, as well as I mentioned earlier, the contract, we normally put a limit there. So which means the supplier cannot go beyond certain percentage in the coming 6 months. And then we normally put a limit there already when you order first time. So that's one of the approaches. So there are different ways that you can use. And then after that you can see whether it will be possible. However, if you find out that it's a trend, everyone is increasing the raw material because it's the market, because all the manufacturers, they buy the raw market themselves. But if it's a trend, then that's fine. You may need to accept that. But if your supply increase, but the other supply doesn't increase, or the other supply doesn't increase as much, then that's definitely something you can negotiate with them. Okay, now let me come to the importing book and DVDs. So that's our resources that we have. Again, if you would like to find more about how to monitor production, arrange delivery, negotiation, we have lots of information there. Feel free to get one of our books. You can order through me or order through our website. So now let me come to the part 2 today, about the quality control. So as you can see here, in 2008, Lindy has lots of client referral, client successes, existing client ongoing demand, client referral, business growth. And then so we have a major expansion in that year. So Lindy began to hire people to work for her, and we have an office in China. And also we had 2-day importing course for people to come and learn how to do quality control. We do have many people who would like to handle the delivery or monitor production themselves. We teach them how to do it. So we had importing course as well. And also Lindy also wrote a book in that year, so people can see how to go about it. So now let me come to the part 2 today. So it's about the 3 stages of the whole importing process. So as you can see here, we have stage 1, research and tender. Like we have many people who don't fly to China to look for supplier. They just stay in Australia, and then we find supplier for them, and that's definitely perfectly fine, because I would say like majority of our clients, they don't go. However, we do have like many people as well who wanna go to China. Say for example, they may go to Canton Fair or go to some exhibition to look for supplier. Definitely you can do it this way as well. So but normally we offer free consultation. We normally will tell you whether you need to go or not. Sometimes it's compulsory for them to go. Say for example, if they want to go to wholesale market to buy a mixed container load of furniture, then they have to go. They can't stay here. They need to go and place an order there. But let's look at the whole importing process here. So with stage 1, research and tender, that's where we find all the suppliers for our clients, and then sampling stage, and then purchase order negotiation stage, and then order and delivery management. So this will be the whole timeline. Normally it may be about 4 to 5 months to complete. However, if your sampling stage is a bit long or a bit complicated, then it can even be 1 year, 7 months before you complete the whole process. Sampling stage can be the most difficult part, depending on how complicated your project is. So now let me come to the testimonial. ChinaDirect sourcing system rocks. So that's a statement from one of our clients who has used our importing system. This guy here, if you know Mini Movers, then this is the founder. And then he used our services to import a few different items in the beginning. So now let's have a listen. Let me check the audio. Okay.
Hi, I'm Mike O'Hagan from Mini Motors. We used ChinaDirect recently to get some stuff manufactured in China. Great system. Came in, did a full specification of it, went out, priced it around, all the prices and landed prices in Australia so we could understand them, then gave us a hand with the contracts right through to the goods landed. Absolutely worked perfectly for us. We're buying stuff at a fraction of what we were paying for them in Australia. I suggest ChinaDirect. It's a good way of reducing the expenses in your business. Thank you.
Okay, now let me come to our importing system here. So let's look at stage one, our research and tender, show me the money. So before you go ahead, we highly recommend that you need to know how much savings you can achieve before you continue. We have people who come to us after they realize that they cannot sell because the savings was not great enough. So normally we recommend you need to prevent this in the beginning already. So so we have stage one. So with stage one, it's about discover your clear profit path and understanding hidden costs, and also weeding out the good suppliers from the bait and obtaining samples from pennies on the dollar. So that's for all about figures or about numbers, to find out whether it's worth your while or not. So with stage one, research and tender, say for example, if our customer wants to import maybe a t-shirt, and then we just need to finalize all the specifications, and then we may need to have about 4 weeks, and then shortlist the supplier for them, and then see what's the base supplier for them. So we help them research, locate, and qualify suitable suppliers for the product, and prepare requests for quote, contact at least about 30 manufacturers, obtain quotes, evaluate offers, shortlist appropriate suppliers, and then prepare reports. And then after about 4 to 6 weeks, then we give them 3 reports. So they will have supplier summary report, quote comparison report, and landed cost analysis report. So that's the information we give to our clients. Just now I mentioned about 30 suppliers. I know to many people you may think that's so many. Yes, that's correct. However, can you imagine that there are maybe more than hundreds or a few hundred supplier there, who is doing textile, and 30, is okay, is just the right size. And when we contact 30 manufacturers, maybe there's only 10 suppliers, or maybe there's only 12 suppliers who can work with you, because some of them may be too big for you. Some of them may not have the right machinery for you. So therefore, we do need to see at the end of the day how many suppliers that you can work with, and then we will tell you their direct contact details. So here we have their factory name, contact person, email address, telephone number, fax number, and then their location. So as you can see here, this is for cardboard boxes. When we contact about 30 manufacturers, there were 6 manufacturers who could work with our clients at a time. And this is very common, like on average, I think we have about 10 to 12 suppliers out of 30 who can take the order. And then after that, we have the quote comparison report. So, in Australia, you expect that the product, as long as you are talking about the same product, it'll be more or less the same in Australia. However, in China, it's very, very different. Even though you have the same product, same specifications, similar amount that you would like to order, the price that you get from them can be very, very different. So now let me explain to you why. So in China, there are different suppliers there, and then therefore they have different purposes and different fees for you. So as you can see here, some of them can be trading companies, so therefore they have the international price. So with trading companies, they are the traders, as you can hear, like by their name. So they buy from the manufacturers, so which means they They don't have any factory, they don't have any workers, yeah, but they have an office, yeah. They know how to find the suppliers, find the product for you, and then they have their own markup and sell the product for you. Normally with the trading companies, they are very convenient if this is your first time for you to do importing from China, because they are English savvy, they are international law savvy, so it can be quite convenient for you to begin with. However, in the long term, they may not give you much competition in pricing, because normally their price can be a lot more expensive, yeah, in comparison to the factory price. And as you can see, the second price here, it's called good international price. So with the good international price, that's the price from the factories. So with the factories, they have all the facility, they have all the premises, all the workers, all the machinery. However, you have to buy in bulk. As I mentioned earlier, if you're not by garment, right, the minimum order quantities is about 300 units. If you want to buy 50 units, then they may not work with you. Yeah. So with the manufacturers, they focus on volume, and then after that they give you the factory price, and their factory price is direct from the factory, and it's very, very competitive to you. However, normally, in our experience, the English, from the factory may not be as good as the one in the trading companies, but they definitely speak English to you, but maybe their speaking may not be good, but they definitely can read and they definitely can write, but their speaking may not be as good. Yeah. And with the local price is the people who have a retail shop in Australia and who sell the product to local business people. So they may not necessarily do exporting to overseas, but with trading companies and the manufacturers, they definitely do export product to overseas, and all their product are export quality as well. Yeah, so that's for the three pricing structure there. So when you do your research, you may find a difference as well straight away. And then after that, you just need to find out, okay, which is the fair market price, fair minimum order quantities, and then you shortlist the supplier. So let's look at the case study here. So one of our customer import packaging from China. So this is ice cream tub, and then he, before he came to us, he already got an agent working for him. However, because he only buys from the agent, so he didn't know the contact detail of the supplier in China. So when his agent cannot be contacted anymore, or when the agent suddenly disappeared, and then he didn't have any stock anymore because he didn't know where his supplier is at in China. So Austrade referred him to us, and we need to start from beginning, because we need to start the research and then find a supplier for him. And then when he was working with the agent, he was paying about 11 cents per tub, which is very good for the packaging. And if he were to source the product in Australia, he has to pay 33 cents, and it's like lots of money there. So when he buy from his agent, it's 60% savings there, so that's very, very good. However, when he came to us, we did the research, and then we were very, very surprised that he was able to, we were able to find the original supplier for him. So which means we found a supplier who has everything, who has all the drawing, all the product for him. And then we also found out that it's only 5 cents from the factory rather than 11 cents. So you know how much the markup that the agent had. So so it's a very, very successful research for him. And then and because we found the original supplier, he didn't need to pay for the tooling, which can be $5,000 for the plastic. So so it's definitely lots of savings for this client. So can you see straight away savings from China, from 33 cents down to 5 cents, and then the savings. If he were to purchase about $600,000, then the savings can be this much, $168,000. Yeah, so that's the benefit of importing directly from China. So, to find a supplier, then you need to know what's a fair price. So you know how to negotiate with them. If you know the fair price, you will know what's the right price that you get in the industry, and also the negotiation power, and also the backup plan. So so this is the strategies that you need to have in place even before you pay them for mass production. And then after that, we have the landed cost analysis report. Normally, we recommend that you need to do all the calculation because the supplier, they only give you the FOB price most of the time. So FOB price is the price in China. So you need to find out the duties, the freight, and all the importing costs to bring the product back to Australia. And even the service fee you pay to us or pay to your agent, you need to put this in here as well. So you know how much you pay for the first container load, or how much you pay for the product, and how much is the product landed as well. And then after that, you calculate the savings. And then after that, you know how much markup that you can put up as well for your product. So that's for stage one. Normally, we recommend that if you can achieve at least 30% of the savings, I mean 30% of your retail price here in Australia, then it's good enough for you to continue. In our experience, on the first order, the savings is normally between 30 to 50% on the first order. So now let me come to the sampling stage. So the sampling stage is to and from between you and the shortlisted suppliers. So if after stage one, the savings is very good and you are happy with all the landed price, then that's where you need to see the workmanship. So in the sampling stage, if you are talking about off-the-shelf items, then the supplier can send you the off-the-shelf items, and then you can say yes or no. However, if your product is a custom product, then you may need to give the supplier about 2 weeks to produce a sample for you, and then you need to see whether that's the right product you are after, and you may need to make some changes to the product. Like maybe the color is not right, maybe you want double stitches instead of single stitches. So these are the information you need to tell your agent, or you can tell them directly, and then they will send you the second and third sample until you are ready for mass production, and then you continue. How long it will take, it really depends, but we normally say you need to allow at least about 3 weeks for this to complete. As I mentioned earlier, we even have people who use the sampling stage for more than 1 year because of the changes they would like to make to the product. And now let me come to the whole process. So normally you may have about like 2 to 3 different suppliers that you can order samples from and compare their quality and workmanship. And then after that, you pick one supplier that you work with in the long term. But normally we recommend if you can have at least 2 companies you can compare. That's very good. Because if you only have one supplier to compare, then there is no quality control. You need to have some backup plan. So if your sampling fee is affordable, then we recommend you have about 2 or 3 to compare and see which one has better workmanship. So once you are happy with the price, quality, then you also need to take into account all their background as well. So that's the background check. So we need to see their history, their experience, and their track record, their price, their capability, core competences, and ability to follow instructions, person managing project, service levels, and quality and workmanship. So this will be the quality check that you have, and you need to see how long they have been in the industry, which company or which brand that they have worked with before, and then so you can see whether you would like to go with them. And if you work with us, we can check if they are registered with the government or not. And then also all the quality control certification as well. And once you are happy with their background, happy with their samples, happy with their price, and happy with all the information, then you come to the purchase order. So that's where you need to sign a legal document with them before the payment for the deposit. So with the purchase order, then we talk about all the quality control clauses there. So here we have all the quality control procedures, terms of payment, price increases, and also the most ownership. So if you have a custom product, then they may need to open a mod for you, and IP protection, packaging requirements, quality issues, delivery delays, and dispute resolution. And after you are happy with all the negotiation, then then you sign, and they will sign, and then you can make the payment. Normally, in this country here, we need to talk about penalty. For example, if you order 1,000 units of the T-shirt, maybe 50 of them is not the right size, or the color is not right, or the printing was not right, then what's the penalty for the supplier? Can they give the money back to you to make it up for the 50%, or can they send you another 50 garments for free? Or on the second order, maybe they can give you another 100 for free. Yeah, so these are all the negotiation that we have with the supplier. And then also price increases, as I mentioned earlier, maybe you may say 3%, they may say 8% for the coming 6 months when you reorder. So this will be the negotiation and time frame for production as well. And then once both of you are happy with all the terms and condition, then you can arrange payment, and this will be in Chinese and English. Yeah, so it will be in 2 languages. And then now let me come to the stage 3. So with stage 3, this is where they will open a production line for you after you made the deposit. So deposit will be 30 to 50% of your first order, and then after that you may need to give them about 4 to 8 weeks to have mass production, and then after that you pay the 70%, the remaining balance. So with our stage 3, we help you place purchase order, arrange payment to the Chinese supplier. So that's about 30 to 50%. We help you monitor purchase order progress, micromanage the Chinese supplier, customs clearance, and then local delivery. So roughly it may be about 2 months when you reorder, and that's the lead time that you may be looking at. And then your project manager will micromanage the supplier for you, and then send you a report once every 2 weeks as well. If you would like to do the monitoring of production yourself, you can get one of our templates on our website that you can use to check the supplier during production. And also inspection as well. So inspection will be before the remaining balance. Yeah, so which means before the product comes back to Australia, you may need to do the final quality check. So there are a number of different inspection options that you may look at, but the most popular one will be this one, pre-shipment inspection. So which means before the remaining balance, we will arrange someone to be sent to the factory to see all their product, like, and all the packaging, and see whether they are the right specification, the right product, and we normally give our clients a report. Yeah. However, if you choose not to have inspection, then we also have different way that we can go about it. Normally, with your project manager, like we will arrange lots of digital images or videos for you to check the product, even the packaging as well, before they come back. And then after that you can arrange the payment, because normally if you don't pay in full, they will not release the product for you. Yeah, so but you definitely can check the product first before you pay the remaining balance, and then they will give you the bill of lading. So as you can see here, dealing with suppliers, maximum results require massive amounts of communication to lots of different Chinese suppliers, and it may take about 5 to 30 minutes per question per Chinese supplier. Especially when you are starting to look for a supplier, it can take you lots of time. And suppliers, they speak different English, and then they have different rules, legal and cultural differences, and add to the international trade complexities, and it can be cost and time prohibitive as well. We also have people, like after he had a meeting with us, and then he come back in 1 year and ask us to take over because it's too much work for him to do. So yeah, to begin with, it can be lots of time involved. And what you may need to have immediate assessment as to your project's feasibility and to have your product located, negotiated, facilitated, and delivered to your door at a competitive price. Let's look at our benefits here, and I will go to our service fee very soon. So with our advantages, we have extensive experience in successfully assisting 800 companies to source from China, strong China market background, resources, social network, connection, and international background. We also have close relationship with 25 industry associations, broad service network covering 36 major cities in China, and also we have mature database collection system, in-depth research methodology, strict quality assurance system, integrated service from market research, market assessment, establishment of distribution channel, tier business expansion in China. Excellent service, quick response to clients within hours. So if you would like to work with us, your project manager will get back to you, and then so your project will be looked after by a project manager. If you have any question, just go to him and he will communicate to your supplier. And these are the resources that we have. So we have one-on-one consultation with Lindy, and then normally it's 1 hour, and you can discuss with her about your problems that you have, and then with the supplier. And then the other one is the importing course. So we have 3 courses a year. The next one will be in August, and then the one after will be in November. And also we have importing book and DVDs as well. So this is more for people who would like to find more information. The more detailed information, then we have lots of information there in our book. So let's look at the importing class here. So with our importing class, then you will have the ability to source and import products from China. And we also talk about reduce your risks and costs and protect your IP rights and free trade agreement as well. So these will be the topics that we discuss. And this is the testimonials about our importing course. So now let me come to the testimonials here. Okay.
Hi, my name's Jane and this is my husband Lyndon. We're actually attended the 2-day training session today. It was very enlightening. We learned lots of things. Now it's kind of absorbing all that information and putting it to good use.
I'm Lyndon, and I found it enjoyable and informative. There was a lot of interaction with the group that were here as far as the participants, and I found that enjoyable as well. Thank you.
My name's Doug Pierce. I'm a marketing coordinator and an import project coordinator for ILSC College, and I've just finished this wonderful 2-day workshop, seminar with Lindy Chen, and the amount of information I got was so useful. It's going to take me a long time to sort it out. Right. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Darren Smith. I've just completed Lindy Chen's 2-day seminar on the importing from China. I'm in the fitness industry. I would highly recommend anyone that's looking at importing product or looking at sourcing from anywhere else apart from Australian distributors to talk to Lindy and the team, attend the seminars. Very worthwhile. You get a lot of knowledge in the 2 days, and I believe the backup of the ChinaDirect team will very much assist you in your importing project.
Hi, my name is Natalie. I've just attended the 2-day workshop with Lindy and her team. They absolutely over-delivered. I've learnt so much, and it's a must-do course for anybody who's thinking of importing from China. Thanks, guys.
Hi, my name's Gary Epps. I just would like to thank Lindy for her 2-day seminar. It's been absolutely invaluable. For any budding importers, it's a must-do for anyone that wants to learn the pitfalls especially, but how to do it successfully, and it was certainly worthwhile. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Phyllis Seidel from Phyllis Seidel Studio, and it's really been a terrific 2 days. It's been really great. I think I've actually enjoyed the fact that I've been surrounded by other people that are going for it, and that's particularly inspirational. And Yeah, the information is really, really good. So now I have to just run away and digest it and start to take some action on it.
Okay, that's good. So we have another 2 important course for the remaining years. So it'll be in August, on the 26th and 27th of August. The one after will be in November. It'll be from 10 to 4, and it'll be here in Brisbane. And we will talk about all the quality control system that we have covered today. So we talk about research and tender, sampling stage, purchase order stage, and production delivery management. And then also the fundamental negotiation skills, and also trip to China. We also discuss Canton Fair and buying trip as well. And the templates that we also give away templates to our clients that they may use to do importing from China, and they can be very convenient for you when you discuss with the supplier. And we also have importing book and DVDs. So and because if you come to the importing course, then book and DVD will be for free. Yeah. And then it will be on the 26th and 27th. And then if your partner would like to come, it's only half the price. And then book and DVD will be given to you, and you are free to attend both seminars. So if you would like to come back and review in the same seminar after the one you pay for, then you can come and attend for free. And then here we also talk about how to look for Chinese suppliers, not just on Alibaba, but there are different other websites that you can use as well. And also the industrial website that you can go and look for suppliers or information. And Baidu. So Baidu is a top search engine website in China. And also wholesale market. That's for people who want to have a mixed container load. We bring into wholesale market there. And also Canton Fair, and also different fairs in China. There are hundreds of them. Yeah. And then travel bonus. If you are flying in from outside Australia, then yeah, we will give you travel voucher of $200. And once you pay in full, you can attend the masterclass the second time in any city complimentary. And then now let me come to the cost for the importing course. So it will be $1,697. But for you, if you are flying in from outside Australia, then outside Brisbane, it will be $1,497 for you. So this will be the importing course. So now let me come to today's workshop. So today we have covered doing business in China. We discussed who we are, what we do. We have some case studies as well. Talk about the negotiation skills, and then the 8 golden rules. And also we have discussed the pitfall as well. And also the 3 stages of importing process: research and tender, sampling and purchase order, negotiation stage, production and delivery management. So that's the system we use to minimize the risk in the whole process. And if you would like to find more information, feel free to get one of our books or come to the importing course and spend 2 days with us. And Lindy will have in-depth knowledge with you. And also that's our resources. So our book is $147, and book and DVDs together are $397. And our importing course, it will be $1,697, and then half price will be $900 for your partner. So second and third person who wanna come, it's only $900. So so that's our webinar today. So any questions or any feedback or comment? Okay, no question. Very good.